Hi Capricorns, welcome to 2017 and happy birthday! Yay! Okay, so Capricorns, this is going to be a great year for you guys. You guys are builders, you guys are ambitious, so this is a perfect year for you guys to start what you want to build and what you want to create for the next 9 years. Okay, so how numerology works is numbers rule everything, literally. Like, numbers pretty much started existence, and numerology has really helped me with developing what I want out of life and what kind of my soul wants. Like, numerology really helped me understand that. So numerology goes through cycles, nine-year cycles, and 2016 was that ninth year of cycle, because 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 6 equals 9. So 2017, 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 7 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. It's a new beginning. So this is going to last from January 2017 for the next 9 years. You really want to be using the universe's energies to be starting something and building something. So if you had an idea in 2016 or 9 years prior that didn't work out, now is the time to really start getting focused and really start motivating yourself to starting, okay? We have the energies. We need to utilize them. The tools are all here. It's whether or not we're going to use them. That's just what it comes down to. The way I see it is that, you know, the universe is like a dad that just wants to give, and we're either the spoiled kid who doesn't want it, who wants more, or who doesn't even want to listen to dad and just wants to do their own thing. But dad knows best, okay? So I hate to genderize the universe, but that's the way that I really see it, because as you know, dads and father figures in general, they work hard to give us what we want, and it's really about whether or not we want to accept it into our lives, okay? So like I said, Universal Daddy is providing for us. 2017 is the year that we need to start accepting it into our lives, because that's really an important aspect in the advancement of human evolution, okay? So I'm going to give this one more shuffle. I'm reading for Capricorns for January of 2017. I'm really excited for you guys. Really amazing. I'm a Capricorn rising, so this will definitely be a biased video. Just letting you guys know. This is for all the Cap rising, all the Cap sun, and all the Cap moons out there, okay? Calling on my spirit guides. Okay. Feels good. Capricorn, 2017, January. This is your situation. Yes. Awesome. Finally realizing your power. Owning that power. Using the power to manifest, okay? You can still be a builder. You can still climb that ladder, but you don't have to push yourself too hard, and realize that the universe supports you. You know, like I said, this is, if you start now, this will be very easy. The universe will just be throwing rewards at you. But if you're just going to sit around and not take advantage, you're never going to see those rewards come to fruition, right? Because you're not going to be paying attention. You're not going to be in a situation where the universe can provide for you. Like I said, the universe is like a dad. But if you never go visit daddy, if you never go visit that dad, how's he gonna give you anything, right? Like, get yourself out there. Get yourself out there. Stop being fearful. You know, that really actually saying that hurt me deeply, because yeah, fear absolutely has been a number one blocker in my life. But what I've been trying to do, which is absolutely a daily process, and it's a struggle sometimes to even do it, because the ego is so loud sometimes, we get stuck in our ways. But like I was just telling the Sages, Bruce Lee, if you ever had a situation, a quality, a negative, whatever that he wanted to release, he would visually write it down in his third mind. He would write it down, or physically write it down, and then burn it. You know, get rid of it. What fear is holding you back from honoring this amazing, wonderful, universal energy that is screaming for you? You have this, Cap. We need Capricorns to show us the way, to show us how to build, to grow, to learn, to climb. it's very important. The earth signs are so important right now because we're so chaotic, and we really need a grounding energy like the earth signs, the Capricorn, the Taurus, the Virgos, to really show us how to build from the ground up. You know, as a Libra, I'm always up here, and always talking, you know, never able to kind of implement, take a second to figure out what my plans are. So we need you. We need you to be planning for us in a way, okay? Own it, because it's needed. Okay, this is an obstacle and an aid, so it's something that you're going to have to overcome in order to get to here. This is the best card in the deck. Wheel of Fortune, whatever you want, right here, okay? Obstacle and an aid is really, you know, just taking that slow and steady approach. Like I said, really building, figuring out you want to be abundant, you want this abundance, you want the end of the financial burdens, you want the end of the financial struggle, and you just want to feel free to kind of manifest and create what you want, whether that's materialistically or whether that's spiritually, whatever you are trying to accomplish as a Capricorn, because a Capricorn without a goal is like a bird without flight, you know? Capricorns need goals. So maybe what 2017 is urging you to do is just make a plan, you know? Make something that you can stick to. Make something that's going to actually serve your highest good, whatever that means to you. So a lot of wrinkles in the past when it came to your planning, a lot of not ironing out the details, and that's something that you're really going to have to focus on in 2017 and going forward, because we have such a wide and amazing range of opportunities just waiting, just knocking on our door, and it's really whether or not we're going to open that door up, okay? So like I said, take off the iron fist and the velvet glove is really how you're going to implement this amazing transformation, is really just having that iron fist, not taking no for an answer, not taking no as a sign of defeat and, you know, kicking it back and saying I give up. Really just having that iron fist, this is what I want, this is my plan, but go at it through a velvet approach. Go at it through that velvet glove, through that soft approach. You know, nobody is going to appreciate an aggressive person, even if they are ambitious. Nobody appreciates that. It might be time to take a look at the methods and the modes and the modalities that you were using in the past, because I think that is where you were having a lot of the hiccups. I think that's where the wrinkles were coming in. Too aggressive, not initiative enough. You know, there's a difference between taking a step forward and pushing your way forward. Let the universe bring itself to you. The thing with the universe is that it's all about timing. Synchronicity is all about timing. You know, the universe is going to deliver what you want, but if it's not happening instantly, that shouldn't be a detriment, because the universe is so delicately intertwined that timing is absolutely everything. You know, for the longest time, my husband and I wanted to move to a different town, and we knew what town we wanted to move to. It took us 6 years, but when we finally came here, everything fit into place. You know, sometimes I manifest things where I've completely forgotten about them. Oh yeah, I forgot I manifested that. Wow, that took a while because it wasn't in divine timing. So stay positive, manifest, and expect that it's coming when it comes. Be patient, okay? You have the grounding energies of knowing and being responsible and reliable enough and realistic enough to realize that things take time. That's just, you know, a flower doesn't grow overnight, but it's the most beautiful thing when it does eventually bloom, okay? So this is what's going on in your subconscious mind. A lot more focused on kind of your intuition, a lot more focused on your emotions. 2016, I'm sure, was an emotional time, but it's time to just wash your hands clean of it. You know, it's time to just realize that like the ocean, like the sea, you know, one wave, it comes crashing into the beach, but you're never going to see that exact same wave again. So what happened in 2016, acknowledge it for what it was and realize that that's never going to happen again, okay? not to that magnitude, okay? So really start to realize that yeah, it happened, but it's time to just let it wash away. And it's time for you to realize that like a stream, it's ever changing. And sometimes it's, you know, a rainy day and sometimes it's a sunny day, but we need the rain to appreciate the sun. I'm sure that's something that you've heard before and that you can definitely resonate with. So this is your thought process. Definitely forward movement, but it's slower forward movement. You want the message to come through. You want to get your emotions intact. You want to kind of fill up your emotional cup and your proverbial cup. You know, just really focusing more on your emotions this month and figuring out and realizing that your emotions have a direct result with what you're manifesting. If you're excited and happy about something, that is the number one indicator that that's the path that you're meant to be on and that's the route you're supposed to be going. For instance, I so desperately wanted to be accepted into a program, and I was so excited about being accepted. Like, I got pumped, and then when I didn't get it accepted, I was devastated because I was like, what the hell? So instead of getting, like, I gave myself one day, I'll be honest, I gave myself one day in bed where I just cried. And I just allowed myself to have that one cry day of disappointment, because that's what it was. The next day I went and I applied for a program that was actually aligned with my goals and actually accepting. And this program gave me a personal, this school personally called me, telling me that they were excited to have me into their school, that they were excited to get started. And it was just such a huge, to go from being completely rejected to be accepted with open arms and with personal acceptance just made me realize that I was excited about being accepted, but it wasn't that modality. It wasn't that route that I was excited about. I was excited that getting on that path was what led me to the school that I needed to be at. So keep that in mind. That's just my example. That's just my story. I'm sure that if you followed your clues, you'd realize that in the past, what closed door, what open door that actually led you to, okay? So keep that in mind. Everything is interconnected. Everything is connected. You never know what mistakes, failures, or upsets or devastations are actually propelling you on the path that you need to be, okay? So something that would have just immediately passed, either giving too much or being taken from too much, you know, feeling like it's your responsibility to give, feeling like that's the only way it's going to be balanced, or feeling it's your responsibility to take, feeling like, you know, I don't want to say special or superior, whatever ego emotions are coming through, you feel like you're able to take from others, and that's not fair if you're not giving anything back. Give and take what you deserve, okay? And that's something that I think Capricorns really need to understand, because a lot of the times they don't realize that the end doesn't justify the means. You know, even though you're getting to that place of wherever you want to get to, if you're devastating people along the way and taking from them, taking too much, taking more than your fair share, then when you get to the end, you're going to realize that it wasn't even worth it, and then you're going to be back at square one. So realize that it's not the end result, it really is the journey, it's the climb. Like, Miley Cyrus had it right. Like it's true, it really is the climb. It's the journey getting there, and you can be happy on your way, because once you get there, you know, you're gonna have a whole slew of other things to worry about. So really acknowledge the little victories, okay? Future card. Future is definitely more focused on your intuition, more focused on your colorful side, more focused on the light and love that's in you, more focused on your pride, your courage, you know, your optimism. That's something that is definitely going to be coming in for January. It's going to be more of a mind state. It's not going to be so much of an event or an action. It's going to be a changing in the mind state. We still have a little bit of the energies from 2016. So 2017, January, I'm thinking this year, like you guys having your birthday around this time for the Capricorn Suns, this is the year where you're really going to start to realize, like, wow, I'm getting old. You know, at whatever age you are, getting older, time is fleeting. What do I want to accomplish? What have I accomplished? Is it good enough for me? Is it fulfilling me? It's going to be a frame of mind. It's going to be a change of frame of mind, and realizing that You know, the cloak and the shield that you've put on for so many years needs to come off, and you need to start focusing more on your intuition, on the intangible objects, and being more colorful, being more open, being more optimistic, being more fun. This is really the Leos as well. The Leos are able to have fun, but I'm really feeling that 2017 is just us realizing that life is beautiful. Life is fun. Life is joyous. That's why we're here, to just experience what the earth has to give us, you know, and have fun with it. It doesn't have to be an angry, aggressive, ambitious competition. It could just be fun, you know, whatever that, if working is fun for you, by all means, whatever is sparking joy in your life is where you need to follow, okay? Forget what other people say. You're your own authority. You have, at the end of the day, you answer to yourself, not to anyone else. So follow your joy. You don't need to tell people your plans. Just do it, because a lot of the times when people see people making plans, it's an ego thing once again, but it really questions their foundations, their stability, you know, and their goals. A lot of the times, I'm finding that the happier I become, the less room in my life I have for negative people who aren't even trying to be happy, and the less room that they have for me in their life, because nobody who wants to be miserable, or nobody who is miserable without realizing that they have the power, wants to be surrounded by positive people, because it reminds them of what they don't have. So if you're making a plan for yourself, a lot of the times you'll realize that people are hating on it because they realize that that's an amazing idea. Why didn't I think of that? And it threatens their sense of accomplishment and their sense of creativity. So realize that, yeah, if you have haters, that means that you're doing something right. And wow, I just gave myself the most amazing advice. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, so this is you right now. New line of thinking. It's really pulling away the ego and really focusing on who you are as a spiritual being, okay? The ego this year is getting beaten down. We manifested the ego into a president. Like, that literally was our ego manifesting everything. We put everything that we feared and hated and didn't want, we put it into a president, and we manifested it through that hate, through that fear. It's really time to realize that if we can manifest hate and fear, we can manifest love and acceptance and kindness. And the only way to do that is to change our frame of mind and our thought patterns, and just acknowledging them. You know, we're not our thoughts. We're actually behind that. We're awareness of our thoughts manifesting into our world. Like, we're 3 steps back. You see what I'm saying? We're not our thoughts. So we have complete power of changing our thoughts around, which are in turn going to change our world around. You know, let that sink in a bit. Take yourself out. Take, you know, say your name and realize that, like, what I said last night to my husband, when I realized, I'm like, when you look at a flower, when you're actually looking at a beautiful flower, like, have that flower in your mind. To just label it as flower is so, it's like, it's disrespectful. How dare we ever put such a label, flower, syllables, vowels, to something that is so beautiful and pure and radiant and astonishing? Why do we do the same for us? Why do we put a label on something that is so much more? You're so much more than just a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, your name, what you own, your job. You are so much more than that it's insulting and completely disrespectful to your entire being by labeling yourself as just those identifiers, that identification. Okay? So it's really time to start owning the fact that you're more than just how others perceive you. You're more than just how you perceive yourself. Way much more. Too much more. Okay? It's time to really start to dive deeper into who you are and realize that you're more than just the voice in your head. Okay? So, family and friends, there's some worry there. Worry for them. worrying about you. There's worry, okay? Family and friends, there's worry. So just letting you know that. Just bringing it to your conscious mind, pulling out of the subconscious. If you think that you were doing just fine, there are family and friends that are worried about you. So it might be time to take a step back, go talk with your family and friends. You know, not for the holidays. I think it says a lot more when you go and visit your family and friends, not just for the holidays, and just kind of open yourself up to them and realize that we don't have to get together once a year to be. That's really not family. In my opinion. In your opinion, absolutely that could be family if when you're spending that once a year with them, it's meaningful and it's deep and it's informative and it's transformative. So use every second with your family to realize that they may not be in the place where they want to be, and by you getting yourself alchemated to where you want to be is going to enhance their lives, okay? They're worrying about you. They're worrying about themselves. Something has to change there. You need to either free yourself from the worry. You need to either empower them to free themselves from the worry, but something has to change there, okay? Hopes and fears, one and the same. You hope for it, but you also fear for it. Kind of goes hand in hand with the obstacle and the aid, right? So you want to be successful. You want to have that focus on money, that building of the foundation. You want to kind of chase your blues away through monetary gain or through materialistic gain, but that's not going to make you happy in the long run. And I think that's what you already realize, and that's what you fear. You know, you fear that you're going to get to that place of abundance and realize that, wait, money isn't everything. You know, but when you don't have that goal to work towards, especially as a Capricorn, it's terrifying because it's like, well, what are my goals? If my goals aren't a materialistic avenue and getting to where I want to be financially, what are they? Where do you really want to be? Is it based on materialism? It's not a bad thing. If that's what's going to actually make you happy, please go that route. But if you already know in your heart that even as a millionaire, you wouldn't be happy, then why even waste your time and energy trying to get there, right? So that's something that you really need to take a step back and acknowledge. Is it the abundance of money that you want? Is it the abundance of love that you want? Whatever prosperity actually means to you, follow it, okay? I've been doing mantras every day. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm prosperous. Doesn't mean I'm going to be a millionaire. Prosperity does not mean money. To me, it might have in the past, but the more money I made, the more I realized that I'd rather just heal people. And that's what prosperity is to me. And that's why I started these videos. You know, it's really just getting my name out there and my healing powers out there and being true and honest to myself, because when you are, you will be rewarded. You know, I'm rewarded in free services, free Reiki, free crystals, things like that are helping me grow and that I don't have to spend money on, right? So it comes back threefold. Keep that in mind and maintain your positivity. Okay, this is the last card for you, Sagittarius. I'm excited about it. January 2017 is going to be very fun. Like I said, I'm seeing a lot of money on the board. I'm seeing a lot of prosperity. I'm seeing a lot of changing your frame of mind, okay? And this is the final card, and it's really just owning that last emotional cup that you haven't quite honored yet, okay? So you realize these cups, you're focused on them, but you haven't honored the fact that you have way more to you than just money, finances, and all that jazz. This was also a card for Scorpio, which definitely makes sense because Scorpios can get so engulfed in the depth of life that they haven't even acknowledged what's actually on the basis. But with Capricorns, it could be the other way around. Too much focus on realism, on reality of life, and not enough play, not enough imagination, not enough creativity. And that's really how you manifest, is through that imagination. You know, I was watching Barney with my niece last night, and it is just so incredible how excited she is to be happy, to be creative, to use her imagination. That's how Barney comes to life, through imagination. That's how you create the world that you want, through imagination. And then you can go wherever you want, okay? You've already mastered it. You're a Capricorn. You've already mastered the Sag who's able to use their mind to travel. It's time for you to realize the power that you already have. Use your mind, travel in your mind to create the world that you want. As above, so below, okay? So, Capricorn, January 2017 is going to be awesome for every sign, every human on the planet. It's really just a time to change our frame of mind, because what was working in the past, what wasn't working in the past, and what was working in the past isn't going to work anymore. You know, we need to come at it from a different approach, because the universe is now different. Like, it's like, you know, a whole new cycle, okay? So, January 2017 for Capricorns. I'll see you guys in February. Have an amazing month. Happy birthday once again. Love you guys, and have an amazing January once again. Bye, guys.